Greetings. Today I want to share with you my experience of alchemy and the sixth sense, because of course it is very important for you to know who you are listening to and how qualified is that person. And so in this physical world, many people look to certain qualification, but when it comes to the world of spirit and the mystical world of alchemy and the sixth sense, it takes an inner spiritual mystical experience for someone to really speak to you on such subject, because if they do not have the experience, they would only be theorizing. So let me just share briefly with you how my desire from a little boy growing up was different from most people that I know, because most people, they have ambitions in achieving certain things in this world. But my ambition came when I was crying. And so with the tears in my eyes, I beat my chest and I asked myself, who am I? And who is God? So from a very, very early age, I had a misunderstood life, and I set out to discover for myself who is God and who am I. And so because of that seeking, I went on the path of Christianity, that being the dominant religion in my society. And so through that journey, I've come to discover what I was looking for. And when I find God, I found myself. Okay, and when I found myself, I would have found God. And this was what really happened to me. And it would happen to anyone who really have a real awakening experience. They will experience their visible self and their invisible self. And every one of us are experiencing our visible self, our physical self. But when you experience your invisible self, you will become one with the wind. Okay? Then you will truly know that you are a spirit having a human experience. So, my brother and my sisters, the very first thing that really brought me to that point, it was me changing my mindset from the Christian indoctrination that I received growing up. And the only thing that I would have seen that I was supposed to look to get the answers that I was seeking. So when I changed my entire mentality from that, I started to see the different things, right, that started to happen to me in terms of my insight start to expand. But it wasn't until a black man, a black being from another dimension or another galaxy, whichever way you want to put it, he came to me and he touched me right here. And from there, I started to become more intelligent. But even before that, at the age of 17, I was given the rainbow as a halo. And then at the age of 30, a black man walked from the burning bush that doesn't consume and gave me my commission. As a matter of fact, he spoke to me in a different language, and the only thing I could have understand in English was, I am sending you. Now, fast forward to when I come to the age of 4 and 5. Okay, that's when I have the experience of awakening, whereby at the base of my spine, there are two lights that came together. A blue light, a blue flame that you can actually discover in your forehead, and also another light that look as if it's a golden orange light. And you can find that in your forehead too, okay? But it was at the base of my spine that both of them came together. And when that happened, I had a great mighty shaking. I experienced the great earthquake that is spoken of in the Bible. I think is in Matthew chapter 27 and so on. Okay, I had that great experience, right? That great reverberating. And I didn't know that it was taking place within me. And when that happened, I literally opened within me. And was long after I saw many people have giants of that eye, and they call it the eye of Horus and so on. I had no prior knowledge, but that eye opened within me. And when that eye opened within me, I heard that unearthly wind, a mighty rushing wind. I can hear the sound of that wind. Okay, like the hurricane wind. And all of that experience, I would have experienced when I was 30 years of age, when I meet that same man I'm speaking about, okay? And when that happened to me and I heard that mighty rushing wind, like a flash of lightning, I became like a fiery being. And as that fiery being and that strike of lightning, I left the base of my spine, but at the time I didn't know it was the base of my spine. And I ascended upwards. Okay? And when I ascended upwards, at the time I didn't know that I was at the base of my skull. But I had an innate intelligence that told me exactly what to do. And so in another form, which seems to be like more like a liquid form, I pushed myself out of my skull, and there was another part of me still left in my skull, like when a child is coming out from the vagina of a woman and there's still a part of that child body in the woman. So too, there was a part of me still remaining in my skull. And I take my, what I would call imaginary or cosmic hands, and I pull the rest of myself out. And then I became one with the wind. I was just total consciousness. I look around, there was no house, there was no bed, there was no one. It was just me. I was everywhere. I was everything. I was just strictly consciousness. And then, after that, I saw myself hooked up to like a great planet. But it's like it was magnetic. And what they refer to as, I think, the umbilical cord or the navel or whatever, okay, that normally attached to the woman. That part of me, like a little child, like a little fetus, right, was still attached to that. And I actually wanted to set myself loose from it. Okay, but then there was an intelligence in me that told me not to lose myself from there. I realized if I would have done that, that is really death itself. But I was going through death also. Okay, it was a death experience, was a new birth experience. Okay. And when I awake to ponder upon what would have taken place in my life, I didn't quite understand what was taking place in my life. Okay. And then from there, I started to become more intelligent. I started to understand things differently. I started to see things from a different angle. Okay. And to cut the long story short, that is what brought me to this present moment of me reaching out and teaching humanity concerning energy, vibration and frequency, because that experience would have answered everything for me. And when I look at the internet and I see all the different teachings, it makes me understand everything easily. It's like that great experience is the greatest experience that anyone can have in this world, which will bring you to the highest place of intelligence. So I can listen to a scientist and understand what they're saying. I can listen to a yogi or whoever. Doesn't matter who the person is, I can listen to them. Once they're talking about spirit or they're talking about energy, vibration, frequency and so on, I can understand everything that they are saying. the law of attraction teachers, I understand everything they're saying. But most profoundly, it helped me to understand what is really mental slavery. It helped me to understand why so many people still kept in a colonialism mentality, and why so many have been conquered because they do not understand alchemy and they do not understand the power of the sixth sense, and why most people are still asleep in the matrix because they would have never had any real true sixth sense experience. And it is very important for you to know that whoever you are listening to, that they would have had experience. They're not just speaking because they read a book or because they would have heard someone else say something. That is why I do not need to study chematology, because I am chematology in itself. Every character, everything they speak about in chematology, my experience is a confirmation of all of these things, okay? So, even the Bible, and unfolding the Bible, which becomes so easy for me, it is because of this great experience, this awakening experience. Me speaking about alchemy and me speaking about all of these things, I've never went anywhere and studied anything. Okay, I speak to you from my experience. That's where my qualification comes from. And so, as I do this video, it is to help you to see where my foundation really comes from. And as I go on and teach you concerning the sixth sense and alchemy, I'm going to go in the Bible and show you how to unfold the Bible psychologically and how to really understand it as a book of alchemy, and how to tap into the sixth sense and be able to create your reality consciously. All these things I'll be able to do with you and for you to help you so you would grow and you would expand, because this intelligence cannot be taught to you by anyone. This is specialized knowledge, and many of us have been born in this world with many different gifts. So you have to know what is your gift, what is your calling, and use it to bless humanity. Many of us are light workers. Many of us, they refer to them as rainbow children and so on. But whatever you've been called to do, you must know what you've been called to do, and you must be initiated into what you've been called to do. So without a true initiation, you cannot say that you are actually a master. Okay, you have to take that 360 degree. You have to experience your eternal self, your spiritual self. You have to appear and disappear. Okay, you have to discover that you are pure consciousness for yourself. So, my brother, my sister, everything I will speak to you about is mostly what I would have experienced. And I really want you to know that. So it helps to give you faith when you listen to what I am saying. It will help you to believe what I am saying by putting it to work, okay? Because you know it's not coming from someone who's been educated by some school or belong to some group, but someone would have had definite experience, one who have been vindicated and one who's authenticated by the things that comes from his mouth, because he would have had certain experience. And experience is definitely your greatest teacher. And nature is here to teach you that experience is definitely your greatest teacher. Because there's a divine law of reproduction on this planet. Every seed and every species must and will always reproduce after its own kind. So you have to know who's your mentor. You have to know who is your teacher. So, my brother, my sister, I can go on, but it's very important for you to understand those who have tapped into the true sixth sense, okay, and how to really use the alchemy of the sixth sense, knowing alchemy and the sixth sense, and be able to change your reality consciously, because all of these teachings about alchemy is all about change, okay, and you're told that you must be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's alchemy, okay? But for now, I want to just leave you with those words of wisdom and those important points for you to think upon them, and for you to get familiarized with my teaching and know that I grew up in the Caribbean, in a place where most people have colonial mentality. So of course they will see me as crazy, because most believe that the Bible is literal and believe that the Bible is secular history, and that is pointing them to look outwardly, and most do not have any clue about alchemy and about creating their reality consciously. So because of their superstitious and religious mentality, you know, I will have to face a lot of rejection and condemnation. But those of you who have been listening to me even up to this point, it is for you. Okay, even in Matthew 13, it says, it is not for them to know the mystery, it is for you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. And I really want to open up the mysteries of the kingdom and show you what I'm talking about, and show you why everything you read in that book is all mind science, and it's all now. It's all now, not something thousands of years ago. No. So, as I said before, and I say it again, I just want to prompt you up to get ready for, you know, a lot of videos I will do concerning the sixth sense and alchemy, and I'll do them from time to time. Okay, but I just want to prepare your mind to, you know, follow along with me. And let me say that your comment is very much needed and very important. Your likes. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, and I definitely encourage you to share these videos as much as possible, because I'm actually feeling that it is time for these videos to go global and to reach all those who are hunger and thirsting for this kind of self-realization. Okay, they want to come to that place of knowing who they are. I can feel the energy of people all around the world who are questioning a lot of things, and they're looking for answers. Okay, so I'm not here to commercialize anything for you. I'm here to tell you the truth. Abdullah wasn't concerned about commercializing the truth to Neville. He showed Neville the truth so that he'd be able to help humanity. And I'm here to do the same, doing the work, continuing the work of my ancestor. So, with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to say to you, if this is the very first time you're listening to me and you haven't subscribed, I say it to you again to please subscribe, and to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you feel strongly to support this work, remember that there's a PayPal and the link is down below. Also, I definitely want to encourage you to be a part of my Patreon community and to support this work. And if you would like to take on my $20 course, it's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. You can listen to those videos that are pointing you to look inward to discover the sun, the S-U-N, that is within you, that light that is within you. So you will be in alignment with nature. Because if your life is not how you want it to be, it is because you're out of alignment with nature. You're out of alignment with the intelligence that is within you. That sun that is within you. And as you can see, whatever the sun shines upon, it brings forth abundantly, because the sun is in purpose. The sun is in its right alignment. So, if you feel strongly to check out those videos, I'll definitely encourage you to do so. At this time, I want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.